Hello and welcome to the John Ark Show. This episode is called How to Create a $1 Million Business That Won't Go Bankrupt. Before we begin, I want to encourage you to subscribe, like, follow, and comment on the show. Also, I'd like to tell you about HollywoodIsCalling.com. It's a company that allows you to purchase live calls with more than 100 celebrities. You can talk to movie stars, TV stars, athletes, VIPs, all sorts of famous folk out there. So give it a try. A live 15-second call is $19.95 and a live 30-second call is $29.95. They can call you and talk to you live when you answer the phone, or they can leave a message on your voicemail so that you can play it back for all your friends to hear. So keep that in mind for all your gift-giving needs, or maybe you just want to talk to your favorite movie star. So try it. HollywoodIsCalling.com. Now let's get started. Recent events have exerted tremendous stress and pressure on people and businesses. People are looking around and they're asking themselves, is my occupation or business able to survive what I'm seeing all around me now? If the answer is no, then the next question is, what if things get worse? Will that be the end of my job or my business? After they ask that question, the next one is, what business can I start or buy that will help me survive what's going on right now and help me prosper in the future if the situation worsens? So, because so many people are asking that question, we did some research and decided to put together a list of businesses that people can start or buy that will have a low probability of failing or going bankrupt in the first 5 years, the way so many other businesses do. Most people don't realize that the vast majority of new businesses fail. I mean, for restaurants, 90 to 95% of restaurants fail within the first 5 years. And the probability of failure or bankruptcy in other businesses is almost as high. It is amazing how many businesses fail. So one way to increase the likelihood of your new business not failing, like so many others, is to start or buy a business that is relatively recession or depression proof. Now, at this point, I'm sure some of you are asking, what's the difference between a recession and a depression? Most economists will tell you that a depression lasts much longer than a recession, and it causes much more unemployment. But the best description I've ever heard that plainly and simply explains the difference between a recession and a depression is as follows. When your neighbor loses his job, that's a recession. When you lose your job, that's a depression. So when we began our research, we decided that our criteria for recession and depression resistant businesses should be as follows. A recession resistant business should continue to make money when the economy slows down. A depression-resistant business should continue to make money when other businesses on that same street are failing. Now, I know that sounds a little nebulous, but that's because we want to make things very simple and easy to understand for everyone. So here's the list of businesses that we think will have the ability to survive an economic downturn and do it more effectively than most. The first option is the grocery store and convenience store business. I know you're all thinking that Walmart and 7-Eleven and the large grocery store chains have completely dominated this industry sector. But if you look around, especially in most urban and downtown neighborhoods, you'll see a large number of areas that need a convenience store or a small neighborhood grocery store, but they just don't have one. If you're going to open one, then you'll need several things. You will definitely need a liquor license and a lottery machine. You will also need to sell locally grown fruits and vegetables that are natural, organic, and affordable. The next thing you will need to sell is ethnic groceries that your neighborhood customers will want and ask you for. That'll make a huge difference. Another great thing about grocery stores is that people will always need to eat, and they may not have a car to get them to the nearest Walmart that could be 30 minutes away in some towns. But they can always walk or take a bus to a neighborhood grocery store. The next thing that I believe will be very important for grocery stores is a delivery service. I think that recent events have made buying and having groceries delivered to a customer's home extremely important. Now, in order to dramatically increase the odds of your store surviving and thriving long term, I think you have to make it unique in some way. Maybe that'll mean including a small takeout restaurant inside your grocery store. Whatever it is, it should add value and it should make your stores unique in some way. Always remember that no matter how bad the economy is, people will need to eat, and that should be the driving force behind everything you do to make your store a success. One more thing you should keep in mind. The reason there aren't very many small grocery stores in some urban areas, some downtown areas, is because of the high crime. This is a common concern amongst people who own and operate small, corner grocery stores. And the way to address this is to take extreme security measures. You may need an armed guard. You may need bulletproof glass. You may need 24-hour electronic video cameras and surveillance. You might want to just specialize in purchasing grocery stores, within half a mile of police stations. Whatever you need to do, and this is of course, dependent upon the demographics of your zip code. Whatever you need to do to make your store as safe as possible for you and your customers, that's what matters. So keep that in mind. Next, we have the auto repair business. The auto repair business will always have a demand. There's always going to be a need for an auto repair shop. People always need to have their cars worked on when they're broken, and that's a huge problem whether you're employed or not. Now, there are a lot of garages and auto services in most cities, but the unfortunate truth of the matter is that 99% of the mechanics running them can't be trusted. So what should you do to dramatically increase the number of customers you will get? I would start an auto repair shop and gas station that promotes and advertises itself as being so honest that they live videotape and video stream every repair job that their mechanics perform, and they immediately put it on YouTube or other social media for the whole world to see how honest they are. Now, you can hire some college kid to shoot these videos and stream them live onto the internet and show the world that all the work that your mechanics do is done so well and so honestly that you're willing to stream it live for all your customers to see. Now, the point of all this is to prove conclusively to your customers, current and future customers, that your repair shop is just that honest. If you do that, then people from all over the state and of course your city will start coming to you for auto repairs. If you're smart, then you can turn this into a nationwide chain of auto repair centers that broadcast all their work on YouTube or Facebook. Next, we have discount hair salons. Now, no matter how rich or poor people are, they always need to get their hair cut. Almost every person I've ever known that's owned a hair salon and had a strong work ethic became very successful. Most of them opened several locations throughout their careers, and that made them even more money. The thing about hair salons is that if you want them to be successful, then you have to design them in a way that looks cool and stylish. You're not going to be able to cut people's hair in the back of some smelly warehouse and think that that's going to work. You should always make your salon unique in some way. Customers like a salon that is fast and has nice background music, a salon where all these stylists are good looking and personable and friendly. So all those things are really important. The next option is the information technology consultation business. The information technology business just continues to grow. Most people believe that they need to know how to write software in order to work as a programmer or a freelancer, but that's really not true. If you want to generate substantial revenue from software consulting services, then you can start a company and you can use any of the freelance job bidding sites to procure jobs and contracts. A lot of software developers with experience in cloud computing or enterprise computing can charge anywhere from $200 to $400 per hour for their services, depending on what areas they have expertise in. And of course, the more your people charge, the more of a percentage you can take of those proceeds. Once you develop a good reputation and gather lots of positive feedback from your customers on these freelance sites, then you'll attract even more work. If you don't have a computing background, then you can hire a project manager and a marketer to run and manage your freelance business. They will bid on jobs for you, and they will hire other freelancers to write code for you. I know non-technical people who own and run operations like this, and they make anywhere from $1 to $5 million a year in net income. Once you develop a strong reputation for good quality code, then corporations will love hiring your services. A lot of these companies have been badly burned when they previously hired offshore programmers who weren't very professional or competent at writing code, and that's a great opportunity for you to seek out their business. Now, you can generate a lot of work by offering high quality code, and that's what will appeal to people. Next, we have the funeral business. I believe that the funeral business is in serious trouble nationwide, simply because fewer and fewer people can afford the $20,000 to $30,000 it takes for a proper funeral. I believe that if you started a cremation service that was extremely dignified and affordable and didn't try to pressure all their customers into borrowing large amounts of money for a more expensive funeral, then I believe that you would do quite well. No matter what the future brings, I assure you that people will continue to pass away for centuries to come. Next, you have the daycare industry. If recent events have taught people anything, it's that affordable daycare is extremely important for working parents. I think the real key to affordability is to offer a daycare center with a little movie theater inside so that the kids can watch movies and be so distracted by them that they won't be running around all day causing mayhem at the child care center. Think of all those child care centers as places to distract your kids with several hours of TV or movies while their parents get to go and do whatever they need to do during the day. So with that, I want to wish you well and say that we will look forward to talking to you soon.